Hello, Maranui. This is Palan from Onokoro. That metal clinking noise you hear is Nuparu over there tinkering on some sort of device. He never really tells me what he's working on, so I have no idea. But he is also working at the same time on the controls for the show, so that just goes to show you how secretive and judicious Nuparu can be. And I'm very excited for today's show. Now, the reason why ties into why my voice sounds so terrible. As far as I know, there have been celebrations in each Koro after the arrival of the Toa. Save for Likoro, from which we actually haven't heard much, but you know how Likoro people are, so maybe they're just waiting until they can upstage us with their greater celebration, so that's probably why we haven't heard that much from them. But anyways, at the Onokoro celebrations, there is a chance that I may or may not have cheered a little bit too loud, and I think my throat is now having some payback, hence my voice. Well, okay, but before getting to the news, I am actually very excited to announce a first for the show. On his way to collect more Kanohi, we were able to snag a certain visitor for a few minutes to sit down, to talk to us, and to talk to all of you out there listening. I'm very excited about this, and so I would like to introduce to you the protector of Takaro, the Toa of Fire himself, Toa Tahu.
Hi. Why is all of your building so short? I had to bend over to get in here.
It's one of the things that I think I was talking with Anipu and he realized how tall it was, and one of the first things we thought was, yeah, we're gonna have to make a few buildings taller. I hope that's the only bad thing you've encountered so far, though?
Yeah, no, it's not been. I mean, I have hit my head a couple times, masks come off, but it's not the worst. I was just walking in the woods a few days ago. There's these woods outside of Takoro, and then suddenly, bam!
Yeah.
I'm trapped by a bunch of different branches, and there's this branch trap, and then this little guy comes out, and his name's Jala or something, and he's like, ah! And I'm just like, this is hilarious, and then I burned down the trap.
Yeah,
That's a bit of an overreaction.
It's very, very exciting time, and that's why I feel like I've been so quiet. It's still kind of in awe.
Well, I mean, okay, I'm gonna just throw this out here.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be that in awe of us. I mean, we sort of had this little meetup.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, I think this is gonna be a thing. Got this one guy.
Yeah.
I forget his name. Is he flies around a lot. He's green. Anyway, he's just he's talking and talking and.
Oh no. See, that's why it's good to have people like Onumatoran and Komatoran. They're much quieter and nicer, aren't they?
There's so much night. Okay, sorry.
No, you're right. Look, Limatoran are nice.
Bit of a, sorry, I got a bit of a temper problem. Anyway,
It's the culture shock. It's getting used to everything, isn't it?
A little bit, yeah. No, there's just, and then suddenly I'm told I've got to find all these masks, and I'm still trying to figure out where I am, who I am. I don't even know who I am. I just wake up on a beach, and then suddenly, poof. Apparently I'm supposed to save this island or something. It's a big island, too. I have to, walk.
It's gonna be scary stuff. Can I ask about that also, Tahu? Because I have to wonder. Obviously, and forgive me again for being so much in awe. I think we definitely have a level of idealism towards you all. But, hearing you describe your teammates and the heroes that we've been promised as just other individuals with personalities, do you think that's going to help us, help you in your fight? Move away from the Toa as legends and see you, the Toa as heroes, the Toa as people?
What you Matoran have to understand is that we're just people. I mean, we've been thrust into here. You guys have a whole backstory of fighting these creatures.
The Rahi, they're called.
Yeah, the Rahi. That's what people keep telling me they're called. And just you fought these Rahi, and you've just kept doing it, and then suddenly we come in, and we're expected to do all this stuff. Just don't it sounds like you guys have a lot of big expectations for us, and we're here to help. We understand that we have these powers that are, I guess, really beyond our comprehension outside of the Turaga telling us that we are basically these sort of beacons, these controllers of these elements. So, yeah. But we're just people. We're just people, and we've been thrust into this situation, and I think the best thing you could do is, like, you know, give us a friendly pat on the shoulder, or I guess in your case, like, thigh.
Yeah, we might have to jump upwards to get there, but no, we will definitely do so.
Yeah. So just feel free to come up to us. We're not scary.
Of course.
Kopak is a little scary.
He's very quiet, but I feel like once you've met Turaga Nuju, no offense to Turaga Nuju, you realize that they're a little bit more reserved.
This is true. I've tried to talk to a couple. I've already been up to the Kawaii and ran into this one guy who's making an ice statue, and I was just like, hey, I'm looking for this mask. Can you tell me where to find him? And he just looks at me, twists his head to the side, and then runs off. And I'm like, I have a flame sword, and I can understand that that's intimidating, but like...
To an extent, exactly. We should be better prepared if we have the legends and everything.
Yeah, you could just call us the Toa. You don't have to call us the legends. We're Toa.
Of course, and I think, it's in a very strange way, as somebody who's always been, interested in the legends, I think it'll be nice for the Matoran to know that for you right now, you are searching for the masks of power, maybe for your destiny, maybe because it's the next thing that you have to do. I think that once we Matoran realize that we are helping you write new legends and that we are taking place in these legends, I think it's going to help us start seeing you all a lot more as people and less as infallible beings.
Yes. I mean, okay, listen. You guys have had so much more, like, practice fighting these Rahi. I mean, sure, you don't have the power to shoot fire from your hands like I do, but, hey, we're still learning. It sounds like you guys have already figured out the whole mask thing. That took me, like, at least 5 different times 5 different encounters to figure out. So, like, you guys are ahead of the game here.
Yeah.
Just like, hey, feel free. I mean, don't be stupid.
Of course, right.
Feel free to help out. If you see me, like, you know, a bunch of Kofo Jaga just climbing up my legs, feel free to come in and, like, get out the Kofu Jaga spray or whatever you guys tend to do with those things.
Yeah,
I hate those things.
Yeah, they're bad. They're bad. Thank you so much, though, Toa Tahu. I know it's very exciting to finally get to talk to you, but I think that for those Matoran out there that are trying to figure out what comes next now that the Toa are here, I think that knowing that you will be fighting with all of us hand in hand and that we can help out is going to make our lives a lot easier, and we will move forward to making this island a better place.
I appreciate it. I mean, you guys kind of have a good place already. Sure, a little rusty, but, like, we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna keep you guys safe.
Of course. Thank you so much, Toa Tahu. And now
Absolutely.
I will let you keep looking for your Kanohi and Onokoro and in the rest of the island.
Thank you very much. I'll be on my way, I guess. Just gotta get out of this.
Yeah, the door should be right there.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Toa Tahu. Thank you so much. Anyways, as the news, I first have a report, actually, from the wonderful Valek, who is elucidating more on the heroes that have arrived. Hello again, this is Valek. Well, when I was setting out on my journey, I had no idea what I would find. Personally, I thought I was just gonna end up as Rahi bones or lost in a jungle. But never in 1,000 years would I have guessed I would be seeing the day of the Toa's arrival. Now, I was always more of the hopeful sort, sometimes to a dangerous degree, so I believed the tales of the Toa that Vakama would tell us around the Amachi Circle. Many of my friends were more cynical. But on my way to Gakoro, I was passing through where Kawahi meets the Nahube, and what I saw was incredible, joyous, and terrifying, but words could not describe what I witnessed. I saw a Toa. Now, she was much taller than me, which is, I guess, to be expected, I suppose, from legendary heroes. I saw her swimming in the bay, heading towards Skakoro, but I could see the immense power she had, as she seemed to control the very ocean. What Rahi would stand a chance against such a being? I don't know if she saw me, but I knew then that the heroes had arrived, so I began to head towards Skakoro. But as the village came into view, I saw the smoke. Instantly, I knew something terrible had happened, and I ran as fast as I could. I began to wonder if that was what the Tahu was swimming towards. Surely she didn't do this. Now, when I arrived, I did see the village was being repaired. It was apparently the victim of a Tarakava attack. So actually, thanks to Gali, as the Tahu of Water is apparently named, the village was safe. But another snippet caught my attention. Takua was there, and he helped save Kakoro. Takua, if you can hear this, good job, buddy. Hopefully we'll see each other at some point on our journeys. Now, what about Taiki? Good news. Kind of. Well, the good part is the fact that he was still there. Apparently, Destiny was with me, and a storm had delayed his trip, and he arrived around the same time that I did. The bad part was what he told me. When he flew over the beam of light, he saw that there were others watching the Kininui. Rahi, a kind he had never seen before. He didn't tell me much more after. Clearly shaken up by the nightmare that he saw, I was only able to get out of him the fact that they were large, swift, and moved as a unit, rather than as a mindless herd. Well, I guess I'm not done with my trip like I thought I would be when I reached Kakoro. I'm going to go scouting. Thanks for hearing me out again. Wish me luck. And thank you again for another report, Valak. We await more of your adventures. Now, before we continue, here's another first for the show. We've had one Matoran who was so excited about the prospect of a medium to reach dozens of Matoran that he's decided to sponsor Hello Maranui. So, a huge thanks to Akmu and his amazingly powerful and successful Coley Balls, the Comet. Faster than the competitors, more durable than the predecessors, the Comet comes from a special source that ensures your Coley Ball would be of the highest quality. If you pass by Pokoro, you can get yourself one, and for the next week, Akmu is holding a special sale. Mention that you heard about the Comet on the show, and you'll get an even greater discount. Comet Coley Balls by Akmu. There to die for. I'd also like to mention something super cool and a recent development. A Pomatoran of the Pokoro Guard heard our show and has loved the idea so much, he's organized a patrol in Pokoro to stand guard by the towers so they don't fall. It's really cool, isn't it? And not gonna lie, I'm kinda liking all this recognition, and I kinda feel like with all this Pokoro support, we should actually relocate and have the show there.
Okay. Let's get into your head.
Yes, I know. But come on, it's kinda cool, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
See? You can relax a little bit. Anyways, thank you so much to Puhi for his contribution and his updates, which he has asked that we relay to you all. Greetings from Pokoro. I'm Puhi, member of the Relay System Protection Team of Powahi. I belong to a small group of Matoran in charge of protecting and maintaining our Koro's antenna, so that Hello Maranui can continue bringing hope to the inhabitants of this island in these dark times. Before our weekly update, I'd like to ask that anyone listening to the show and willing to participate, that they join our efforts, that they organize themselves, and that they protect the antennas in their respective Koros. For the weekly update, a few days ago we saw on the horizon a great cloud of sand and dust. We thought it was a rahi of some sort or a sandstorm, so we hid behind some rocks. To our surprise, the dust cloud raced by us and actually ended up being the Toa of Stone, who was running at great speeds. We were all amazed and thanked Maranui for sending us such powerful heroes. We will continue to inform you all on the status of the antenna. From all the way in Pokoro, thanks. And thank you as well, Puhi, for looking out for us and doing your part as well to keep the Matoran connected. Now, there is no music or Rahi tip this week, just because the interview is really the highlight. But if you do enjoy the music and or the Rahi tips, please let us know, and we'll make the show a little bit longer to make sure that that gets fit in the next time. Now, this week's words of wisdom. Though the Tahu have arrived, we can't just rely on them, but we can work alongside them. There are those things that the Tahu can naturally do better. I mean, they're taller and more powerful. But there are those things that we Matoran can do better. We know the island and we know the enemies that we're facing. Put those two together, and the light seems clearer than ever before. This was Palan, thanking you for the joy that is making this show. And thank you again for tuning into another episode of Hello Maranui.